So we are back with another season of Love is Blind. And you know, your favorite therapist had to get into some things. So let's get into this cast, talk about news, and my first reactions, okay? Now, looking at the cast already, and looking at what we have seen, they recently released a preview of the season, and we see a couple people already on one leg. So I'm going to highlight more of the people that I think I've seen on the show so far who actually are going to be in relationships. And so looking at some of the photos, the video of who actually is starting to be in a relationship, one of those people was Clay. Okay, I think Clay and AD might be in a relationship. Or they might just get engaged to other people, but they at least make it on the show. Now, Clay, to me, I'm curious because he's 31. Okay, I saw from the video that he does get down on one knee to propose to somebody. We don't know who it is yet, but I'm wondering about him as a person. Where's he at in his life? I'm urging to psychoanalyze. Once the season starts, your girl gonna come out with attachment videos, diagnosis, relationship dynamics. We gonna give all the things this season, okay? So if you haven't already, subscribe. Now, these two are the only Black couple that I have seen so far make it on the show. And I really don't know if they're a couple, but there are two Black people who I've seen on the show in an actual, not a relationship, but you see it going somewhere. They're in the pods, okay? Because in the past, we've seen these people get on here, people of color, just kind of be on the couch, be in the background. A lot of us don't get on the show. And I think this season, so far, I've only seen two. And now when I look at the casting of all, everyone, all the people of color, it's interesting to see how this season we only really get two so far is what I've seen. I don't really know because the season hasn't come out, okay? But I'm curious to see how these two do on the show. What will be their character arc? How them editors gonna make them look? Because sometimes people get bad edits. Now, it's also interesting to see that there is one woman who actually has a child, okay? She says how when you see me, you have to really make sure that you are here for me and my child because I'm a package deal. And I don't know if I've ever seen anyone else come on this show who has had a child. I think her name might be Jessica, yeah. So Jessica, let's read it. I tend to judge a book by its cover. You'll likely miss out on Jessica's really funny and goofy personality. Above almost anything else for me, it's my good sense of humor. And later she says, if she does forge a connection there, her future husband must embrace not only Jessica, but also her daughter who comes first in her life. Someone who could accept her daughter would be a total deal breaker. So for me, bringing a challenge to this situation, the show moves so fast, and I'm wondering how that will affect bringing a child in this situation too, because I think you really have to take your time of who you bring around your kids. I don't know how old her daughter is, but I'm concerned about how fast this show moves with the child being involved. I'm interested to see how that shows up on camera. Will her daughter be in some of the scenes? How will that really play out? We're going to have to stick around and see how it goes. Now, speaking of children, in other news, did y'all see that old boy, Bartiz, is a single father now? Okay. That woman he had a baby with, she said, oh, I can't do this. Here's your baby. Here you go. Now, that was not on my bingo list of cards for this year to see now that he is a single parent on his own trying to raise, I believe he has a son. But it's interesting to see how now he has to pivot and how it's going to affect him mentally and how he will show up as a father. And we don't talk enough about women who decide that parenting is not for them or they're not ready and leave their child with their fathers. That's also something that we should kind of talk about a little bit. But also going back into this cast, looking at some of these people, let's get back into it, okay? I just think you have to be careful about bringing children into situations where you barely know a person. And I know they're getting married, but you really barely know this man, okay? And I want to think the best of people, but at the same time, it is a child, and this could be detrimental, and those are things to me to be considerate of. Now, the next person that Actually, also from the previews, looks like they do get engaged, is Johnny. Okay, now looking at his bio, he's had trouble forming anything beyond a really surface level connection. Have those situations worked out when we see people who haven't really been in relationships? No, they do not. So he's coming to Love is Blind to tune out all the distractions and dig deep. High expectations for a show that doesn't have a good track record. Independent women, please come to the front. Okay, because Johnny is attracted to people who stand out on their own 2 feet. He is also hoping his forever partner will join him on the slopes to be a snowboarder. He likes the mountains. Okay, now high expectations once again for a show that doesn't really do that. Okay, now these are only some of the people I'm going to focus on because these are the people that I actually feel like are going to actually be on the show. From the preview, you can't really get a glimpse of everybody, of course, but these are just my initial thoughts. Also, big news, okay, Marshall got engaged. I am so happy he found his person. Now, I saw a TikTok he posted with him and his now fiance were in Costco together. And I said to my bestie, they in Costco having a good old time. When you start going to the grocery store with your person that you're dating and Costco is a weekend thing, that you're like, okay, we just going to Costco together, getting some stuff for the house. That's when you locked in. That's your forever. That's your person. To me, the Costco run where you're just like joyfully pushing a cart, enjoying yourself. Because who really wants to go to Costco? I do. But for the most part, most women are not going to be like, yeah, we can go to Costco. Ain't nothing wrong with it. That's almost akin to picking somebody up from LAX. You got to really love that person to drive to LAX. Okay, because LAX is a mess. So when I saw him in Costco with old girl, I knew she was the one. So I'm glad to see it working out for him taking his time, him finding his person, him not settling. Okay, I'm really looking forward to, watching them grow together. I just really want to talk about some of the things happening in Love is Blind, new cast. I'm so happy to see that Marshall is now engaged. I'm looking forward to see how their relationship evolves, how they grow as people together. But if y'all ready for Love is Blind, let me know what aspects y'all want me to psychoanalyze, some attachment style, relationship dynamics. What do y'all want me to focus on? Because we gonna bring it. We gonna bring it. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. February is gonna be a good month. But like and subscribe to this video, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.